Hello there, my name's David Hall, and today we're just taking a short look at Fallout 4, one of a latest RPG released by Bethesda Studios. Obviously, RPGs are one of my favourite game genres to date, and obviously Fallout 4 is no exception. From this to say particularly is I've completed the game as the Brotherhood of Steel, hence off why I have the jetpack and the Sentinel armor for the T60. But I'm not going to be looking at anything story wise. Mainly just going to be doing some roaming around, kill some things, maybe go talk to some companions, get one to come with us, and just to show off the way that talking works. Now, one of the more particular things that have come out with the Fallout is the new crafting system and stuff like that. And I think I've just reached somewhere between 30 hours on this game, somewhere around that. Like I said, the game is 100% completed. Well, the main story is 100% completed, and oh, one sec, looks like we've got something to kill. So yeah, obviously, one thing about RPGs is having a good weapon system. So you want to be able to kill things in an RPG. And as you can see, as I'm using this minigun on this very powerful butcher, it would seem, the combat system itself is pretty good. You know, there's critical damage. There's the ability to rip off entire pieces of like arms, heads and stuff. I'll show you now, you can loot the bodies for things to build with, weapons and ammunition, people to talk to. So obviously because I'm a Brotherhood of Steel, he's obviously quite friendly towards me, but a lot of people aren't. Then there's this, which is the way you can check your character's stats. You've got your ability to check your inventory, so you've got like my fully upgraded weapons, the Gatling gun, pistols, Fat Man, which is a nuclear bomb launcher. The game, it has like thousands of combinations through weapons of different caliber and type, melee weapons. Obviously, everyone has a preference when it comes to weapons. I personally prefer single-shot rifle type weapons that do lots of damage but require you to fire. So, for example, this type of weapon, where you have to keep clicking on the trigger, but it works well. The power armor itself, power armor always looks the best. Actually, I'm just going to jump out so you can see. So when I jump out of the power armor, this is the character that I've built. I used one of the default heads, customized it a little bit, put some scars on there, give him a better haircut in my eyes. The armor that I'm wearing is the different pieces of armor that I've found throughout the wasteland. So obviously now that I'm out of the power armor, I get to use my Pip-Boy, which you can move about. I haven't done too many side quests, but I've done a few. So if I go to my power, yeah, I've got Devastator, Ghoul Slayer, Alloyed Metal Things, Mantis, Left Greaves. Some of the armor that I've got is some of the more powerful armor. Obviously, it's not the best looking set, but it does what it needs to do, which is more important than looking good. Then there's my power armor, which is the Brotherhood of Steel T60 armor in Sentinel camo, which I think looks amazing, with the jetpack that you get for completing the game for the Brotherhood of Steel. But the combat itself is the same throughout most games anyway. You shoot things, you kill them, and so on. One of my favourite reasons for playing the Fallout series is, as I'm about to show you when I get there, is the companions and the side quests. Now I won't do any side quests today just because it takes time to do, so I'm gonna go get myself the companion that I left here and have a conversation with him to show you the conversation system and why it was better in the previous games, but it's still pretty good here. And then I will show you. Then basically we will go to Diamond City or something like that, and just basically you get a feel for the game. The game itself, though may not be the absolute best looking game in today's time, still looks pretty good. If anything, it's got some optimization issues, but nothing too major. So out here, this isn't a set settlement here. You actually build settlements yourself. So this is what I've built for the Red Rocket gas station. I've walled it off, made, you know, people come here now. There's more people here than there was last time. I've made access to the roof with a radio tower to recruit people. Random settlers, they all have lines that they speak when you walk near them. In here is the first power armor that I actually got in the game, or the first actual power armor frame that I upgraded. I can't get in there because the NPC's blocking the way, which is...
I just want to trade a few things.
No, I don't trade. You can trade with everyone, pretty much, but I'm not actually looking to trade at the moment. And he won't move out the way, which is quite aggravating, but as you can see in there, there's crafting... Ah, there he goes. Places where you can craft weapons. You've got my regular Brotherhood T60 armor that you get from when you actually join the Brotherhood, which I put onto my first power armor frame and kept here. The rest of my power armor is at Sanctuary. Workshop, where you can build upgrades. In there I've got Brotherhood of Pieces armor pieces. In there I've got power armor pieces. You can open up the door, but that's not why we're here. We're here to find Nick. Oh, there's some other crafting ways as well. So Nick is a companion you get when you reach Diamond City if you choose to help him out. Nick is a synthetic, which is one of the factions in this game. Although he's not like other synthetics, he actually has the ability to think for himself, and he actually does. He becomes your companion, and he's, in my eyes, one of my favourite companions just because he's funny. He's you know, he actually fights. Even though I am struggling to find him. Yeah, you have to. One of the beautiful things with this game is setting up power. So you have light and so on. The game feels very realistic. A little bit finicky at times. Like setting all this up was a pain in the arse just because of like you have to build everything and put you know, you want to make it look nice. Ah, there's Nick outside for some reason. So yeah, Nick is one of many companions you can get. There's Dogmeat, which is your first companion, but I preferred having talking companions. Plus, yep, here he goes. Yep. But there you go. So yeah, this is after you've... So, here we go, a bit of combat. See, a bit of conversation. So you've got 4 options to choose from. Sarcastic and basically evil, questioning him, and the regular one that you'll normally use anyway, because that's just answering his question. Nick is responding to me. Is for basically I completed the game. Hopefully this won't spoil the ending, but the characters take note of you doing major events within the game, even small events, and they'll get involved and talk to you. So this is the first time I've met Nick, because I've literally, this is from a say where I just completed the game for the I'd just done the Brotherhood a Steel mission. I'd gone painted my armor at the castle, and then I came here. So here we are.
You'll get no argument from me. It's hard to even wrap your head around. A world without the Institute, lurking in the shadows. But that's the life the people of the Commonwealth will get to lead now. All thanks to you.
How are you doing with all this?
Well, there were a lot of questions I was hoping the Institute could answer. But I've already made it.
So yeah, Nick is a synthetic, but the Institute basically he basically got out, and he has no idea how or why. But he's actually become a detective, and he's one of the only simps in this world who people actually like because of how honest he is. He doesn't hide the fact that he's a simp. His storyline itself is quite pretty good if you follow his side quests. He's one of my favourite companions. He's very well acted out as well. So we're going to take him with us for a little bit because he has items that I've given him, like weapons and so on. But as you can see, he's got that nice, you know, 50s-ish detective look, which I love. So, yeah, here we go. So, let's head out.
All right.
And now we have Valentine. So, Valentine is actually, if he's actually going to follow us, but he's quite, his storyline's pretty good, and because I did the Brotherhood of Steel don't like any simps, so I couldn't actually take him with me along that quest line, which was quite aggravating, but I ended up doing that on my own, due to reasons that you'll find out which contain spoilers. But after getting Nick to come, after now I've finished, I can now get Nick to follow me again, and he can now follow me and join me in more side quests that I'll do, because even though I completed the main story, you can still explore the world, do the side quests, you know, there's still loads of things to find, encounter and do. There's if I check the map, you've got loads of places I haven't seen. Been around Boston quite a bit. Then you've got down here out in the glowing sea, which is the big irradiated area where everyone is fearful of. But there's still loads of things to do, and like I said, I'm already 30 odd hours into this game, and I had to rush the story just because with the new games coming out, I didn't want to be like stuck not knowing the ending of Fallout 4 and playing other games. So I completed the game. Now I can take my time and enjoy the side quests. So this is one of the first towns you come to after the storage. Oh, here we go, some more combat with raiders. These raiders are actually quite easy to kill because they're quite low level, and I've obviously completed the game and I'm a high level character wearing power armor with a fully upgraded assault rifle. So obviously I can just walk in and kill them. Nick does help, especially obviously the more powerful the enemy, the more helpful he tends to be because he can enact as both a meat shield and so on. Here we go, here's some more Brotherhood of Steel. Now that I've completed Brotherhood of Steel and helped them out, there's obviously more of them walking around. So that's a knight and initiates and so on, more power armor. They get dropped in by vertibirds and picked up by vertibirds, and they kill other raiders and mutants and things, and that's just a random event that happens around. There's random fights that basically just makes the world feel immersive and alive. As I'm walking down here with Nick as my companion, I have no idea what I'm going to walk into. It could be a bear, it could be a bloat fight, it could be a super mutant, it could be a ghoul. There's no telling, which is part of the amazement of just walking down these beautiful desolate areas and just encountering different creatures and so on. So who knows? Maybe we might get to see another sort of vertebrate fight. Yep, you see. So he's talking about the events that lead up to this world being destroyed between the Chinese and the Americans, and basically the entire world getting nuked. People still question it, and so on. There's loads of dialogue, like there's hundreds of people to talk to and have conversations with. There's traders you can talk to, buy things off. Obviously there's places where you're going to be building things for different reasons. There's loads of settlements to find, depending on the ending. So we've got some more enemies, dogs, but they don't seem to be too interested in us at the moment. So now that we've got a bit of time to talk, I can tell you more about why I think that RPGs are my favourite game. RPG is just, from the very get-go of this game, you create how your character looks, how he sounds. You get to choose between male or female, and then through a series of events, you're suddenly in the wasteland. It seems like people are getting a bit loud back there. But because you're suddenly in this world with a blank template character, it allows you to create whoever you want to create. So you can become, like I have, which is a very firm-handed but soft-spotted Brotherhood of Steel member who is devoted to taking out the Institute as any other member, but I feel that some simps can be trusted, simps like Nick. Obviously you can't always portray this through the game itself, and you kind of have to put a bit of imagination of your own into it, because obviously the game is still a game and has many scripted and unscripted events. But one of the scripted events is obviously you can't really convince the Brotherhood of Steel to take a simp when they hate simps. Now, through walking through the wasteland and finding gear, we use it to upgrade armor, weapons and bases, so you can get more, more people to help you and more upgrades. Seems like we've got bombs in here. This actually seems like could be part of a quest. Let's see. Oh, wait, let's actually take that with us. There we go. So there's a combat knife you can take, even though we don't really need to. My character, I always go for high intelligence and good strength, and I always try to get over the perks that allow me to get to like areas that would otherwise be inaccessible. Just because I like knowing that I can find everything I need to find. It's just what I do. Obviously you don't have to go down that route. You can go for a full brute character that has loads of strength but no intelligence, and you can play through it that way. It's just the way that you personally feel, which once again is why I love RPGs. So, oh, it seems like we've found people. which was unexpected. Now I've not actually been here before, but like before playing this, and you know you could take his armor, and so all of this is new to me. I actually didn't realise this was a thing, but apparently it is. So things like this, just areas to explore. Areas to explore, people to kill, you know. This obviously seems to be a lower level area, otherwise I won't be killing them so quick and just walking over them. My guess would be you're meant to find this area earlier in the game. Well, not meant to find it, but you can find this area earlier in the game, and then obviously you come in and start attacking them, and you get items off them, which you can use then as you head towards Boston. The way I kind of worked is I kind of rushed to Boston, thanks to a quest I got to help out a settlement. And it caused me to just run straight to a town that was near Boston. Was it anything in here? And then after I did that, I ended up at Diamond City quicker than I thought I'd be, and obviously I managed to get through the quest line quite fast. So you can take a more slow-paced playthrough, which I would recommend, and you know, talk to everyone, find everything, you know, become engrossed in the world. It's like I say, it's the way you want to play it. So I think I'll leave it there. You've been able to take a look at the world. You've armor, weapons. You know, you got to see some dialogue between me and Nick. Nick talks and helps you fight. Combat between people, the ability to take things from them. The map itself being quite big, and you know, there's loads of quests that I've actually completed, and quests that I still need to complete and find and search. But I will leave the video here, and thank you.